Okay, so another method that I use for practicing these PARCC skills are also in Schoology. Schoology is a free LMS. What I'm able to do by using Schoology is maybe add some different kinds of questions that maybe I couldn't do with a Google form. So it depends on whether you're using this LMS already or whether it's worth adding students to a course for you in order to practice some of these skills. So for example, I can do a matching question, and I've set up this matching question. I'll show you how you do that. And I can type in the answer to my question or whatever. So these are just nonsense questions. And it will fill in the match for me when I click on the line, so students would be able to practice this kind of question. It's not telling them whether they're right or wrong. It's just drawing the lines for them and letting them practice, oh, here's the question, here's the answer. I'm not drawing lines, I'm filling in the blanks. Another example is an actual fill-in-the-blank question where I read and I see that blank number 1, rockin', needs to be one of these words. Pick the blank and then pick the answer for that blank. Now that's the way this particular version works. That doesn't mean that that's necessarily aligns with this PARCC online assessment, but it is an online assessment and it allows to practice some of the skills that students may see. So if you're thinking, well, I would like to use or practice this, I have my PARCC practice session or practice course, and you can actually join my course and kind of take a look at some of the things I have that might help students practice for the PARCC. You would go in and you would select add materials, add tests, or quiz. Now, since I already have a test started, I'm just going to click on that test. And once you come here, if you didn't already have questions, you would just add a question. Now, I have this question already started, and I'm going to show you that when you edit that question, all you would be doing for a matching question is typing in questions and typing in answers. You can have filler words or not have filler words. You can add blanks or remove blanks. You can give a set of directions up at the top, and then you would save that question. When you save that question, it's there for you to use in your assessment. When you are using a fill in the blank, you're simply putting in a blank for words. And I'll show you what I did for this particular question myself is when I went to add a question and selected fill in the blank, I just copied and pasted some information, pasted it into the box, selected the word by double-clicking on it, and putting a blank. And then what you have to be able to do when the box comes down is give the correct answer below, if that makes sense. So and then I'm going to put in the answers. And then of course in this particular situation, you don't have to have additional answers. You don't have to have a word bank. You could allow people to just type in the answers, but that's not likely what they're going to run into on these online assessments. They're going to give them words, and then they've got to choose the right word to fill in the blank. And this is a different method instead of the drag and drop where they're selecting something from the list. So hopefully these couple of extra online assessments might help you as well.